目を閉じて一番強いと感じる何かを思い浮かべてちょうだい。
Number 10, My Hero Academia. Deku may be leading the charge to become the world's next greatest hero, but he's got one hell of a social group to back him up on the road to going pro, especially when it comes to the ladies of Class 1A. From the adorable Ochako, beautiful genius Momo, all the way to the life of the party Mina and amphibious Asui, the caped crusaders in this show continue to endear us with each passing season, and we haven't even touched on the next-gen villains. As psychotic as she is, Toga's just as much of a darling as her heroic counterparts, only with a lot more stabby involved. And the pro hero gals? Whoa, forget about it, mate. Number 9, Food Wars. Delicious, stimulating to the senses, and an overall feast that never fails to put a smile on our faces. Are we talking about the food, or Totsuki Academy's lovely ladies? Well, I'm not even gonna justify that with an answer, but they both end up stealing the show, especially when it comes to Soma's pseudo-harem. Megumi is the sweetest snowdrop to ever wear a chef's apron. Nikumi is the sizzling meat master who just wants the target of her affection to notice her more. And of course, we all have to bow down to the culinary queen that is Erina. Sharp or compassionate, she leaves us hungry for more. Number 8, We Never Learn. As far as newcomers go, these ladies dominated the landscape last year, to the point where the battle for top girl was left in a hilarious stalemate. You'd think with a tsundere teacher as a romantic option, it would be a clear victory in her favor, but between the eloquent nature of Fumino, the beautiful yet naive short stack that is Rizu, my favorite, as well as the athletic Uruka, who dreams of her childhood friend treating her like a princess, it's impossible to decide who stands at the top. Good luck choosing, Naruyuki. Number 7, High School DD. You know it, we know it, they know it. The only reason the ladies of the occult club have gained such a rabid fanbase over the years is because they are the quintessential masters of fan service. Even if you ignore the ludicrously busty guest stars like Yasuka, Issei's resident honeys still take home the gold when it comes to sex appeal in all of its flavors. Asuya has cuteness down to a T, Koneko has that whole catgirl thing covered, Akino is every shade of raunchy ara, while Ria stands tall as the beautiful mistress who remains a 10 out of 10 in just about every category. Number 6, Sword Art Online franchise. It seems like for every entry this series throws at us, it finds a way to introduce an equally compelling female lead and throw her into the mix. Asuna obviously stands tall, not only as the main love interest, but a competent warrior who has been shown to be capable of carrying the series by herself.
You better man up, guy. Remember, we got things to settle.
Then you have the stoic sniper Sinon, Leafa for all those Emoto lovers out there, and Alice, the battle maiden forced to betray all she knew in order to do what's right, while slowly accumulating a lady lust for Kirito the size of Underworld.
私は肩を並べて戦ったのが丸一晩。その後一つ屋根の下で半年間つきっきりで世話をしたわ。そう。
Number 5, KonoSuba. Okay, so in this instance, the term best girl is pretty iffy on account that all the girls in this series are by far the worst party members one could ask for when embarking on an epic fantasy quest. Aqua is a goddess, but is lazy and selfish to the nth degree. Megumin is a firecracker of a mage, but can only pull off one spell before fainting. Darkness is a great warrior, but anything to do with masochism sends his spiraling into lewdness.
エリス教徒もこいつみたいなのばっかじゃないだろうな。
While most would ditch them at the next tavern, we just can't get enough of them. Flaws and all, they're waifus to the core.
次の冒険が私を呼んでいる。
Number 4, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Ah yes, the ultimate retro waifus that defined a decade in anime. And oh, how we adore them, even if Anno can't decide what the hell he wants to do with them. While you have the likes of Ritsuko and Misato occupying that MILF pedestal throughout both the original and the rebuild verse, none can hold a candle to the amount of merch sold by Asuka and Rei, the fire and ice of 90s girls, the beauties of Shinji's life that managed to make his brief career as an Eva pilot both heaven and hell.
ありがとう。
Just ignore the parts where one keeps kicking your ass and the other one is a dead mother clone, and you've got 2 dream women. Good job, mate.
情けない。飼いならされた男なんて最低。
そういう言い方はやめてよ。
Number 3, Fairy Tail. Just when you think you've gotten used to the parade of insanely gorgeous, entertaining, and badass ladies that occupy the Fairy Tail Guild, along comes another wave of them to shake up the hierarchy.
なんだかおかしなことになっちゃったわね。ま、お遊びとしては悪くないんじゃないかしら。
Lucy and Erza are obviously standouts, managing to balance heartfelt moments with their friends, some serious magical talent on the battlefield, and as for attractiveness, I mean, you've seen the show, right?
誰だ女たちに酒飲ましたのは
Of course, it would be remiss of us to not mention the other equally enticing heroes and villains up for the crown of Best Girl, like Levi and Juvia, and Mirajane, and Kagura, and Mavis, and Minerva, and Irene, and Altair, you get the idea. Number 2, Fate franchise.
人間は人間。状況次第で善にも悪にもなる畜生どもだ。
This is just not fair. There are so many prequels, sequels, and spin-offs that trying to keep track of all the new premium girls leaping onto the screen is a Herculean task in of itself. We would say Saber is the reigning champion as the face of the franchise, but then we have to specify which of her alternative visions we're actually talking about. Then again, that also applies to all of the servants and masters. Just when you thought Rin had peaked as the tsundere of legend, along comes her reimagining in the form of Ishtar. You're killing us here, Fate.
If Saber's okay with it, then you can count me in.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here's some honorable mentions.
ありがとうございました。
これって本当にくのいち？
くのいちとはそうなのでござる。
あんた嘘ついてない？
それが魔法少女の運命よ。
I certainly don't need you to tell me that.
You creep! I hope you die!
星が綺麗。
Number 1, Monogatari franchise. Araki may not have the biggest harem out there, but we'll be damned if the ladies who both love and loathe him aren't some of the most fascinating we've encountered in an anime. From the supernatural afflictions that mark them, all the way to their irrefutable appeal as growing young women, you'd be hard-pressed to pick one of these characters over another.
そうね。一緒に死んであげることくらいはできるわ。
Do you go down the rabbit hole that is Senjo Gahara's fractured yet enthralling personality? The vampiric perfection that is Kiss Shot? The gifted, in every sense of the word, Hanekawa? Or the oh-so-mischievous Kambaru? How does this boy do it?
これは動物でいうところのマーキングなのだ。
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from watchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.